Hey Pisces, let's talk about what February 2024 has in store for you in the astrological skies. And so for you, I see February really being a month of release, right? Happy birthday to my Pisces friends that have this little February, time frame birthday. But this is a time when a lot of those fast moving planets are starting to move through that very last house, that 12th house of yours. And of course, you rule that 12th house in astrology, and that's the subconscious mind. That's the house of the hidden things. And as you have the sun shining a light on it, as you have Mercury, the planet of the mind, focusing on that, we're really starting to recognize where we need to sweep out the old, where we've been looking to the past and seeing what it is that we need to do to make those changes as we're looking forward to the future. There's been so much energy with that. And so as we have these fast moving planets, and I mentioned beforehand, we also have Venus, right? The planet of money and love. We have you looking to the past, right? And maybe things hidden come to light in that area as well, especially at this time of the new moon, right? The new moon that happens on February 9th. Full moons are usually a time for the hidden things coming to light, but because this new moon is happening in your 12th house, I think that it's almost going to be a full moon type energy where maybe there are relationship issues, especially if there are patterns that are coming up, because that's the theme of the year for you, is recognizing those patterns. Maybe it comes to light, right? And then of course on February 14th, on Valentine's Day, we have Mars that hasn't been there for 2 years in this 12th house, really pushing you to release those things that don't work. It's poking and prodding at the back of that subconscious mind, but it's also pushing us for change. Change, of course, happens with Pluto. Pluto is moving through that 12th house of yours as well too now. And with that, this is a 20-year cycle of reforming the way that your subconscious mind works, right? And so we have that push to make change very strongly at the time of the new moon. And of course that leads up to the full moon as well, right? The full moon is when we do actually release these things. Now for you, that full moon, the actual full moon on February 24th is going to be happening in your 7th house of relationships. So of course here we are talking about that, where that full moon shines a light on things. It's really going to be hyper fixated on that house of marriage, partnerships, friendships, co-workers. This is doctor-patient, client-therapist, that kind of one-on-one relationships, right? And the full moon is a time when things notoriously just reach ahead, right? And you may find that in that time frame, if there are issues in those areas, this is when it's going to be happening. And we know we have that push for change that's already occurring anyway. So don't be surprised if that happens. But another thing too to keep in mind is that with that February 14th thing on Valentine's Day, Mars is the planet of passion. All right, we're going to look at positives here too, not just the negatives. Planet of passion that aligns with planet of intensity, Pluto, hasn't been there for 2 years. This gives that opportunity, right? Especially if you are bringing these issues to the surface in relationship, to really have a very passionate and loving Valentine's Day, right? Nothing better than that, right? Absolutely. Healing and moving forward, right? That's the whole point and the whole process of these things. But really what comes to light is those patterns. And I think you may find that at the time of that full moon too, where those relationship patterns have reemerged over the years and what needs to happen to make that change, right? Manifest what it is that you want at that new moon on February 9th and release what it is that doesn't work on the 24th, right? Thank you so much for watching, Pisces, and have a wonderful February.